allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silence, please. Roll call in here.
Council President Steeritz?
Here.
Counselor Schneider?
Here.
Counselor Stickley?
Here.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Present.
Counselor Steeritz?
Here.
We have 5 members present. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Council has had time to review the prior meeting's minutes. Can we have a motion, please?
I make that motion to accept them as printed. Second.
Motion to approve the prior meeting's minutes as printed moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Council President Steeritz. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
We had no one coming forward today to address council. This is quite the agenda here, isn't it? Let's see, committee reports, we have none. And our department heads, we have, our chief is fighting a fire right now, so Chief Torben.
All right, homecoming went over very well. We had a few minor incidences, nothing too earth-shattering, but the weather
Amazing.
they couldn't ask for better weather for it. And I have not heard, but it's rumored that they are going to be looking at doing the same approximate time next year.
That
But-
did go.
I think they're still at the mercy of the ride company, so we won't, hopefully we'll know here so that people can, if they're going to set their reunions around the homecoming, that they have ample time to do so. Our last session of Safety City just ended up. I believe we had 68 kids that we ended up with. We were about $900 shy of hitting our budget, so we will be making up that to cover that cost. Hopefully we get some more donations in so that we can start out with at least something in the coffers for next year. Also, just wanted to remind our Independence Day celebration on the 3rd of July. There is a couple areas in the park that are a little wet. We talked to John Arps today. He's going to go out tomorrow and check to see if they're accessible or if we're going to have to block those off. If we have to block them off, we're going to lose about 100 parking spots in there, which means it's going to fill up quick. So we're asking people to be patient, and we're going to pack them in as tight as we can. And hopefully we will have no issues there. Again, the exit and entrance will be the same. If you're going out the north of Biddle Park, you're going to head north. More than likely, you're going to be sent eastbound, and then just make the country mile. Take the few extra minutes, make our lives a little bit easier. Same way if you're going out the south entrance, you'll be allowed to go south or you'll have to go east. With Shoup Avenue torn up the way it is, we want to try and alleviate all the traffic off Shoup if we can. And if you are parking at the Plaza or at St. Casper's or KFC or numerous other parking spots, just take it a little bit easy so that we don't, last thing I need is a crash on Shoup Avenue while we're trying to get all those people out. I think that's it, unless anyone has any questions.
One of the biggest expenses for the Safety City, do you know what that is, that they came up with a little bit? Is it?
It's personnel costs because we have 5-6 helpers in there because little
68
kids. You have to have
1 to
quite a few
12.
helpers. We had a couple of kids who were autistic, so they needed one-on-one helpers. We also have T-shirts. We try and replace out the equipment as we can. She's pretty frugal about it because she's been able to keep it under $6,000 for the last 10-15 years. So she hasn't given herself a raise, and the teachers haven't taken a raise in years. So.
Is it free to the kids?
No, it's a $20 charge, and it's $30 if they do it after. But we've kept it $20 for probably 20 years. We added that $30 charge trying to get the incentive in to get it in early, but if you're late, there's more expense for us to get T-shirts and other stuff made up for the kids as well.
I didn't know there was a fee. Okay. Any questions? Dennis?
Okay, out at the pool's doing bang-up business now that it decided to turn off hot. You'll recall there was an issue with the dividers on the pool side looking into the locker rooms. The original dividers that we put up, or that were designed to be in there, weren't wide enough to block the view. You could angle yourself such that you could see into the locker room area on the men's and the women's side. We ordered some 4-foot wide ones, which is as far as we dare go. They're installed. I think they do the job, so I think that problem is solved. The ODOT paving project continues. Again, if you get questions from John Q. Public about, where they're at, what they're doing, urge them to look on ohgo.com, which is ODOT's public information thing, or they can call Bowling Green District 2 office and ask for one of their information officers, and they'd be happy to answer their questions. You already talked about the Independence Day celebration. I was going to cover that as well. The tennis court resurfacing, once it quit raining, those guys got in there and I believe they're totally finished and they look wonderful. So that's done. In an effort to try to save ourselves a little bit of money this winter, I have already advertised for safety salt for this winter. Those bids will open on August 2nd. It'll be one less thing you have to do this year, so.
Oh, but I'll be there for it.
Yes, yes. Of the bids that we do annually, that one's the easy one anyway, so. I guess that's all I have.
Questions for Dennis? All right. Jamie?
Not too much going on. I provided you with the June 30th income tax revenue report. Last month we were down 6.5%. Now we're down 4.1%. So we made a little bit of a increase in June. Hopefully that continues.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not get a chance to finish the month-end report, so as soon as I get those done, I will send them off to you. But everything is still within budget, and we're still chugging along.
Okay, questions for Jamie? Tom?
Not much to report, actually. I guess I just say that we had, council's unaware, we did receive the draft handbook, policies and procedures from Clemens and Nelson several weeks ago, actually, and we've been meeting on a pretty much weekly basis to review that, several of us, so that's an ongoing project, but I think that will be really nice once we get it done. Address a lot of the issues that have been sort of addressed in the past and update stuff that need to be updated. Other than that, that's about all I have to report. I do bring salutations and greetings from Coach K himself, having just returned from Duke, so to Wauseon Council he says hello. I know that golden aura sort of surrounding me, having come from the basketball mecca. Sorry.
Not seeing it.
I didn't have a lot
Not
tonight.
seeing it.
To the back.
Any questions for Tom at all? Okay, well, let's move on to this hefty reading here. We have nothing under first, second, and/or third readings, so under new business, I just had a couple of things that were sent in to me over the weekend. The tournament that was held out there for the Chinese tournament for baseball. Hugo stated that, who is our assistant Parks and Rec director, assistant director, stated that there were 41 teams that participated, 78 games were played, and there were 6 champions to be had at the end. I went out there once and walked around, and first of all, you had to find a parking spot because it was packed all 3 days out there. Hot, and you could see in the morning them all coming in droves, popping up their little sunscreen tents, and away they went. And it went till not late evening, but it was past dark, and they'd still be out there, and that was nice to see. So they did a very good tournament out there, and both he and Matt both said that they were very happy with that. I received this letter the day after council 2 weeks ago, and it is just from the Village of Delta, who's, they asked to, council wanted them to know, and myself, that as stated in the letter that was sent to the Wauseon Fire Department, Village of Delta sincerely appreciates the support shown by Chief Sluter and the members of the Wauseon Fire Department during the recent Eyes of Freedom event. I want to thank you and members of Wauseon City Council, from Mayor Dan Miller. I also want to encourage the fact that our police actually speared up a lot of that as far as escorting as well. So again, that's been a while ago, but I just did receive this, and I always like to read these out to the councils that we do get noted from other cities and events. And the Threshers event went really well. I heard it's becoming a mini fair. There's so many people out there. So with that, we had the tournament and the Threshers, and our restaurants were packed this weekend with people. So that was nice. And I think Pizza Hut's AC went out while they were all packed in there. I went there because my AC went out, and we didn't get AC at Pizza Hut as well. But it was nice to see all the restaurants full of these events going on. So, okay, any other new business? Well, 12 after 5. Can we have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion to approve and pay the bills is presented, moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Council President Steeritz. Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Council President Steeritz?
Yes.
Counselor Steeritz?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
And Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Okay, before I ask for adjournment, I just want to encourage everybody to hit the fireworks. We have some of the best fireworks in Northwest Ohio, so go out and enjoy the heat and the humidity and the mosquitoes, and support the fireworks in Wauseon. Can we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Carol.
Carol, okay.
I think.
Motion to adjourn moved by Council President Steeritz and seconded by Counselor Stickley. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.